We get yet another new champion crowned in the next matchup. Nia Jax beating Bayley for the WWE Women's title. A good match, probably the weakest match on the show, but that's not to say it was a bad match. But Nia Jax, again, after Nia pinned Bayley, I was kind of thinking Bayley might pull out the win here. I never really thought Tiffany would cash in because they just gave her new customized briefcase on Friday's SmackDown. So I knew that wasn't going to happen, even though Tiffany went to ringside here. But Nia did pull through and become the new champion for a third consecutive title change on this show. Thoughts on the match and thoughts on yet another new champion, Mr. Marceau?
Yeah, I thought this was, like you said, probably the weakest match of the night. I like what they've done with Nia. Bayley's been a decent champion, but I feel like she just kind of lost what she had before. But I thought it was a decent match. Tiffy coming out, like you said, I didn't think she was going to cash in, especially with the brand new briefcase, but I think it kind of added maybe a new element to this match, and Nia pinned her 1, 2, 3, and we got a new champion. So I thought it was a decent match. Nia's been doing better work since she's been back. I feel like she kind of deserved it, and it was kind of the right decision. Again, I've kind of been a beaten drum, predictable, but yeah. I think the right decision.
Now, as far as both women are concerned, with Nia, do you think this is like a lengthy run for her? Obviously, they're telling the story of Tiffany being Miss Money in the Bank. She could cash in on her at any time. I don't think she cashes anytime soon if they really want to maximize this new customized briefcase for Tiffany. For Tiffany. Do you think Nia Jax is the long-term plan for the WWE Women's Championship? Because I'm kind of getting the feeling that she probably is, at least through December, if not the Royal Rumble. I don't know about WrestleMania, but probably through that point.
I was going to say probably through Rumble.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense. As far as Bayley goes, though, she was only champion since Mania. It wasn't a month-long title run, but she did have successful title defenses against Naomi, Tiffany, Piper Niven at Clash of the Castle, and she faced her on SmackDown, too. She was active on SmackDown, but her run ultimately kind of fell flat for a lot of people. Now, I don't think it was a bad run. I thought it was perfectly fine for what it was. But I think the biggest difference between her title run and, like, Liv's, for example, is that she didn't really have a lot of compelling story. She defended the title like a fighting champion, and she wrestled on SmackDown. But she didn't really have this great character arc, the same way that she did going into WrestleMania with Io Sky and turning babyface, and people were really into that. Kind of left a lot to be desired. So what do you think is next for Bayley as far as kind of getting her back on track and putting her back in chase mode? Is that the best thing for Bayley right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I feel like you said, I think going into WrestleMania, obviously she had to get like character arc because she was the whole damage control stuff. So like everyone was behind her, they turn on her. I feel like it made sense. But coming out of Mania, I feel like it was just like, yeah, she defended the title a good amount of times, but just the same like character or want for her just wasn't there. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't think she's winning the title back right now. I'm not really sure exactly what you do with her. I wouldn't turn her heel again. I just feel like it'd be too soon. But then as a face, I really don't know what you do with her either. So it's tough. Like I said, I think she was a good champion. Just the reign just kind of, like I said, it wasn't overly compelling. Not sure exactly. Like I said, her new character, I don't really know what it is. I mean, I feel like the whole point of the turn was to get a damage control, and now she's just like is what she is. So they have to work on that a little bit. But yeah, I think that's kind of like why her title reign kind of fell flat, because once she won the belt, there really wasn't any reason to care because she already beat damage control at that point.
Yeah, and after that, she kind of peaked as a character. And there was more they could have done with that, or in the aftermath, or with other opponents and stuff like that, and they just kind of, failed to follow up properly. And I do feel like they did fail her as the WWE Women's Champion. Now, again, it wasn't a bad run, but for what it could have been, considering the momentum she had earlier this year, didn't really pan out the way that I thought it would. Now, they do have some depth in that division on SmackDown. They have Bianca. They have Jade. Charlotte will be back at some point and will probably be on SmackDown. If Andrade's on SmackDown, Charlotte will be on SmackDown at some point. Probably soon, I would have to think. Her among other people as well. So, they have Naomi, Tiffany, Nia. There's a whole lot of people on SmackDown right now. So, they could give her like a non-title program or something. I feel like there's options there. But, I am curious what they do with her next. Maybe a rematch with Nia and she loses that too. But they have to find a way to kind of heat her up again and keep her busy in a non-title story. Because she's been in the title mix for a while. Maybe she goes away for a little bit and she comes back. I don't know. And she feels fresh again. I'm not sure. But, I just kind of wished more from her title run. But hopefully they can kind of get it right in the aftermath now that she's no longer the WWE Women's Champion.